Hi guys, it's Terea Lene, your hostess with the mostest, and welcome to my channel. I'm recreating a look from one of my first photo shoots. Stay tuned to see how it's done. So we have our setup for this video. I've already prepped my face with moisturizer and primer. I've actually also done my foundation. So now we're going right in with concealer. I'm just going into my T-zone and underneath my eyes with my Maybelline New York Instant Age Eraser Concealer. Now I'm going around the perimeter of my face for my contour with my LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. The color is dark cocoa, and I'm just pretty much just going around the perimeter of my face and on my cheekbones. I'm just using my beauty blender to blend it all in. On my eyebrows, I'm using MAC Cosmetics Eyebrow Styler. The color is Lingering. For the shape of my eyebrows, I just draw them along my brow line to the shape that I want and then fill them in. The purpose is to achieve a fuller looking brow. Now I'm just using my spoolie to blend so that my eyebrows look more natural. Now I'm just laying down my brows with my Maybelline New York Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. The color I'm using is soft brown. Once again, I'm just blending with my spoolie so that everything looks natural. I'm also making sure that my brows lay down exactly the way that I want them to. I'm setting my eyebrows with Graftobian Cosmetics HD Brow Powder. The color I'm using is mid-tone brown. So now I'm cleaning the top of my brow with my Wet n Wild Smoky Liner Brush. I'm just using my color foundation so I can easily blend it out. Using that same brush, I'm cleaning underneath my eyebrows and also setting my eyelid for my eyeshadow. I'm just using a concealer brush on my eyelids to set for my eyeshadow. I'm just using a lighter foundation color, but you can also use concealer or eyeshadow primer. So now for my first color, I'm going into my Zulu palette by Juvia. The color I'm using does not have a name. It's just the second color in the palette. So we're just going to name it number 2. The second color I'm using is in that same eyeshadow palette, the Zulu by Juvia. Once again, they do not have names, just the orange is the first color in the palette, so we'll just name it number 1. I am using my dome brush because it allows me to pick up more pigment and put the pigment exactly where I want it to go. For the corner V, I'm using a different palette actually. I'm using the Masquerade by Juvia, and the color I'm using is called Bori. For underneath my brow, I went into yet another palette by Juvia. It's the Try palette by Juvia, and I'm using the color Coral. Not only am I making sure that I'm getting the color right underneath my eyebrow, but I'm also blending out the 3 colors I used in the middle of my eyelid. For my cut crease, I'm going into my LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. The color I'm using is Porcelain. I create the shape that I want for my cut crease by putting the concealer on the bottom of my eyelid and then blinking up. After I've created the shape, I fill it in starting from the inner corner of my eye and filling it out. Now I'm going back in with my Wet n Wild Smoky Liner brush to precisely create the line that I want for my cut crease. I'm using little taps along the perimeter of the crease so that I can create the line that I want. I'm going back in with Bori from my Masquerade palette by Juvia on the outer V of my eye and just filling in the back end of my cut crease. I'm still using my Masquerade palette by Juvia. This color that I'm using is Dahlia. I'm using this color because in the original photo, I used like a turquoise liquid eyeliner on my eyelid. So I'm just using the cut crease because A, it's more current, it's trending right now, and I just wanted to update the look. And lastly, for the inside, I'm still using my Masquerade Minis by Juvia. The color I'm using is Zola. I did want to create dimension, which is why I used a little bit of a lighter color on the inside and then transitioned into the Dahlia, which is a turquoise color. Going along my lower lash line, I'm going back into Dahlia, which in the original picture I did have turquoise on my lower lash line. For my inner corner, I'm going back into Bori. I used number 7 from my Zulu palette just to soften the pink. For my eyeliner, I'm going in with a lighter foundation color to create my line. I'm sketching out the shape that I want so that I can fill in the line with the color eyeshadow that I want to put to use as my eyeliner. So for my actual color that I'm still using my Masquerade Mini palette by Juvia's, and the color that I'm using is Makita, whichever one. It's purple. I'm just using the purple as my eyeliner color. For one, I don't have purple eyeliner, and two, I just thought that this particular color would be really, really pretty to update this look. Okay guys, it's glitter time! For the first color, I'm going in with Color You Cosmetics Putting on the Glitz Royal Purple. This is to make my eyeliner sparkle. The next color I'm using is Color You Cosmetics Putting on the Glitz, the color Atlantis. With this color, I'm going along my bottom lash line and a little bit into the turquoise, or the color Dahlia, in the center of my eyelid. My glitter adhesive is Color You Cosmetics Glitz Fix. I'm just putting the glitter on the top of my cut crease. And last, I'm going into American Body Art glitter. The color is Mystic. I'm also putting this glitter on the top part of my cut crease as well. Then I decided to put some on the corner of my lower lash line. Sparkly. Alright, I'm putting on a little mascara. I'm using Maybelline New York Lash Sensational Mascara. Whew, say that 5 times fast. Ready for the other eye. For my contour color, I'm using Yara from my Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. I really like the way that this color warms my face up, which would probably explain why it is my go-to color. For my blush, I'm using my Graftobian Cosmetics HD Pressed Powder Blush. The color is Blushing Bride. So now for my highlighter, I'm using Too Faced Cosmetics Diamond Light Highlighter. The color I'm using is Diamond Fire. I'm also using Fenty Beauty's Trophy Wife. It's glittery and I just wanted a little extra sparkle. Now I'm just going in with my stippling brush to make sure everything blends together. For my nose contour, I'm using my Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. I'm going back into Yara. For the center of my nose, I'm using the Tribe Highlighter Volume 2 by Juvia. Now I'm just setting with my setting powder. Spraying on some setting spray. Now for my lips, I'm going in with MAC Cosmetics Pro Longwear Lip Pencil, and the color I'm using is Bittersweet. And my lipstick is Maybelline New York Superstay Matte Ink, the number 55, which is Driver. Looks like we're done here. So this is my interpretation of a makeup look I did back in 2012. What do you guys think? You guys, let me know what you think of this look. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.